Hi, welcome to another video. Today tunataka tuongelee the AUC chairmanship elections happen. Africa has decided and Yusuf from Djibouti has won the elections, leaving behind Raila Odinga and the Madagascar guy. Now, in another world, I feel Raila alikuwa na a very good chance ya kuwin hii kitu. Like ingekuwa ni another regime ama ingekuwa like the geopolitics zilikuwa played well, Raila would have actually won this. Kwa sababu mbeleni tulikuwa tunaona ni kama akona votes za SADC. So, in my mind, Raila has done everything a Pan-Africanist should do. Fight for our rights. He is the reason why we have freedom of speech. He is the reason why we have multipartyism. He is the reason why that Kenya inawezanga kumove past an election dispute kwa sababu in 2007 despite him being stolen, like kusema ukweli, Raila aliibiwa hizo kura, na hata vile aliibiwa alikubali kuchukua the second best seat which was the prime minister. Kama alikuwa ameshinda presidency, but ako like the country is bigger than me, I will just take the prime minister seat. So in many times Raila contribute to the growth of Kenya when it comes to democracy. Sasa, how I feel Ruto contribute to his loss and why and what is in stake for Kenya now that Raila is not going to Addis Ababa. Let's discuss that in this new video. Ya kwanza, which I feel it's the major reason why, it's the DRC conflict. The DRC conflict really happened at a very bad time. It was during this, last minute election before the election time. And how Ruto handled that dispute, ndio najua ili rub off some head of state the wrong way. Mostly wakiwa affected ni the southern part of Africa. The way it looked like ilikuwa ni kama ni South African part versus the East African part. Kwa sababu Kagame, who is the president of Rwanda, who sits in the East Africa committee that is headed by Ruto, alikuwa anakuwa accused of funding M23. They were caused chaos huko DRC. And they went back and forth na Ramaphosa. And Ruto coming out to say that ameongea na president wa France, the question would be why? What is the reason? Why would you need to talk to Macron? Unahitaji input yake in which way? Hapo ilikani kama ana betray Africa all over again, because why are you talking to someone who colonized us? France wali colonize some parts of Africa. So why do you need input ya colonizer on how to deal with a dispute in your own backyard? And before waanze kuvote, kulikuwa na many diplomatic leaders na many presidents wenye waliongea before they started voting, and one of the issue yenye walikuwa nasema they need a candidate mwenye atafight neocolonialism, ama watu wenye wanakuja to Africa wana extract our resources, they take our resources without better compensation, among other things. So wewe as the head of this committee, as East African committee, you're coming out and saying that you had a call with President of France na guide on how to do it, and you're calling for dialogue and peace. Unaona inakaa ni kama how? Na this is evident kwa sababu immediately like unaweza ona like Raila, tukianza the first round na the second round, Raila ni alikuwa ameongoza na 20 votes and 22 votes. But ule jamaa wa Madagascar mwenye alikuwa apate votes the SADC, the moment ali drop out, majority of his votes zilienda kwa Raila, kwa Djibouti person, and eventually Raila had to drop out kwa sababu hapo amefikisha that threshold na alikuwa amefika the 6th round. Na kwa the 6th round mkibaki wawili na bado hamja determine the winner in the 6th round, then the person with the second ama the person in second position ana drop out, ule mwenye ako in first position anaenda peke yake, ana contest for it peke yake. So that to me could have contributed to how the whole Africa see East Africa. Also remember when Raila alikuwa presented kama candidate wa AUC, alipresentiwa like an East African candidate, alipresentiwa president wa Tanzania akiwa hapo, Yoweri Museveni akiwa tu hapo. So alipresentiwa ni kama he's not just an African, a Kenyan candidate ni wa East Africa. So watu wa West, watu wa South wakiona how East Africa is reacting to DRC, then wanaona those people are not yet mature to handle diplomatic relations. So in a way that contributed to Raila's loss. Another way that I feel Ruto contribute to Raila's loss ni ukiweza observe politics za Africa zimeshift, you know, they are no longer pro West, USA, Europe and all. They are no longer pro West. Most of them zimejoin BRICS. BRICS sasa ni akina China in everything. And those are the countries zenye Asian countries yani. So vile Ruto alikuwa nakani kama he was the darling wa West, yani alikuwa anaenda White House, anasimama, anaketi, Biden amesimama. I remember the women rep, akina Gladys Wanga, akina Millicent, akina Anne Waiguru, and I think Millicent Omanga pia alikuwa hapo. They went, wana hang out na Kamala Harris. You know, they were so sure Kamala Harris was going to win. So now, other countries ikiona hivyo, now most countries haziko pro-West. Kumbuka South Africa iko na a lot of voice in the southern part of Africa. Na South Africa wamekuwa wakigo back and forth na USA, Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Na vile Donald Trump amekuwa akiimpose this orders, executive orders zenye zina affect Africa kabisa, ina show exactly why wanasema that tuna allow these people wa come to our continent, they take our resources na hawaturudishia ama watu compensate. Because you will never find China government coming to Africa taking our resources without exchange. Hata ukiangalia vizuri, China's law inasema that if a Chinese is found to have participated in corruption, they will be unalived. So ngumu upate their deals ziko corrupt. Zitakuwa corrupt zikishafika kwenu, but when you're trading with them, ngumu zitakuwa corrupt. So vile waliona that Kenya, unajua sasa ubaya ni Raila alikuwa anakuwa presented to represent Kenya, not just himself. So si yeye pekee walikuwa wanaangalia who is Raila. Wanaangalia who is Raila, where does he come from Kenya, and which region does he come from East Africa. So walikuwa wanaangalia all that because AU ni about diplomacy, ni diplomatic politics. Hapa si mambo na local politics, hizi za nitatenga barabara itatoka Isiolo iende Meru, you know. So vile waliona ni kama Ruto go sana into the West, they did not support that. They could not support that. Majority of these countries they are not pro-West. So in a way, hiyo imecause Raila to lose. Another one is the upholding of human rights. Uphold human rights ni pia inasema mtu akitoroka kwao akuje seek asylum in your country, all AU countries agree that mtu akitoroka kwao kuje kwenu, protect that person. That other government inafaa respect your sovereignty na your boundaries and all na your law, haifai kukuja kwa abduct wa msee. But vile Besigye go through right now, Besigye was in Kenya, he was seeking asylum in Kenya, alikuwa ametoroka Uganda ndio akuje akae hapa kwa sababu Uganda tunajua Museveni yeye ni one party state. So Besigye amekuwa kifight for the rights za watu wa Uganda. So when he came to Kenya and Ruto allowed it to happen, he was kidnapped. At the same time kulikuwa na French wanaitwaje, French people walikuwa wamekuja kuseek asylum in Kenya tena, and the French government came and kidnapped them. The same France that was being called time ya DRC. So add those things, ina make sense why some presidents wange pull out his support. Because Baba has done his best, he has campaigned thoroughly. Alikuwa amepewa budget. Kwanza tuambie hiyo budget ni kiasi gani? How many billions did we spend? Because I know we spent so much money flying to every country, kukaa kwa 5-star hotel, kufly those 100 MPs when they Addis Ababa. It's not cheap. It's not going to be cheap, and I know they're not sleeping in a very cheap hotel. They're sleeping in a 5-star hotel. So when it comes to campaign, they have done their best. Even Ruto, as they say, I don't know if it's true, but they say that Ruto has campaigned for him so much. And unaweza ona campaigns zilikuwa zina happen even the last minute. But anyway, AUC chairmanship seat ni more of a diplomatic seat. How you relate with other countries, how other countries see your country, and just like that, Baba hangepata seat. Hii government haiku understand its limit. Nyinyi mnatoka Kenya, mnaenda kucamp outside those halls zenye elections zina happen, mkiimba baba tosha, hatutaiacha milele daima, Kenya, Kenya nchi yetu. Yes, we are patriots and we wish him well. But you can't show other diplomats ama heads of state how you're misusing your taxpayers money kwa kuleta so many people who are unnecessary, hawako hata nafasi ya kuingia huko ndani, wakuje kucelebrate something that has not even happened. I am sure it rubbed some people the wrong way. Kwa sababu you're doing politics to the best of politicians. These people are presidents. They're the best in their countries when it comes to politics. So you're doing politics to the best of each country. Unajua? So unajua walikuwa naangalia wako like, who does this? And especially those countries zenye ziko woke. Akina South Africa. Najua in the West, pia the West, yani the Western African countries, I don't think walivotia Raila. I also don't think Somalia and Tanzania walivotia Raila. I don't think so. Tanzania ndio walianzisha SADC. Yani they formed SADC. And you want to tell me they would vote for someone else? Well, maybe vile msi wa Madagascar li drop out, walivotia baba, but tuliona, it's a matter of fact, msi wa Madagascar li drop out, votes za baba zikaanza kureduce. Some wa Djibouti zikaanza kuincrease. So I don't think Somalia and Tanzania voted for him. So MPs going there, it was just the wrong move. Also ingine na feel ni, which I don't think, these are the ones I don't think zime contribute majorly. Junet Mohammed, ile time yenye walikuwa wanaenda minority versus majority in parliament, alisema hata baba akienda Addis Ababa, they will be taking instructions from there. I don't think this has even contributed significantly, but if you are the head of AU chairmanship, you're not supposed to be involved in any country's politics. Wewe una drive agenda ya the whole continent. Na hu drive agenda yenye wewe mwenyewe unakiti chini unaamua. Hii ni agenda imekuwa agreed by everyone. Wewe una implement to what has been agreed. Wewe ni secretariat yani. Wewe ni kama Ministry of Foreign Affairs wa Africa. So ufai kuwa ukijinvolve na local politics. So the moment walianza kusema hivyo, and now Kenyan people, yani Wakenya wali campaign against Raila kabisa. Yani they would say he's a con man, they would say he's a betrayer, they would, of which mimi nasema ali to betray wapi? Where did Raila betray us? Raila was not in our maandamano. I remember aliambiwa categorically, wewe kaa nyumbani, Agwambo kaa nyumbani. Leave this to us. We are going to fight for this country. You have fought enough. So he was not part of us. To him, this was a political move. The same way, Gachagua alikuwa impeached during this time after the Gen Z maandamano, kwa sababu to Ruto and to Raila, this was just a political thing. The breaking into parliament, it was politically motivated. You can't convince them otherwise. So, mi sioni kama tunafaa kumblame kwa sababu in reality he was not on our side. Like hata hakuwa one of us. He's not like us. So, anawezaje kubetray na hakuwa side yako nile to begin with. So I don't think he may contribute a lot. However, wao tu kupost misfortunes za Raila, kupost how Ruto is the worst president, kupost how Ruto is doing things, how abductions zina happen in Kenya, how human rights zinakuwa violated in Kenya. So of course hao wali amplify, like in a way, like Kenyans, they were so loud online. So somehow maybe it'll influence. Somehow maybe it influenced. I also believe truly the numbers were not on our side. When it comes to an Islamic candidate, there's a reason why wanasema we have only had one who is not Islamic. Kwa sababu hao wanavotingi as a block. Those countries that are majorly Muslim, wanavotingi as a block. So of course the Djibouti guy being one of them probably, and of course amepata. Another person who I feel did not vote for Baba anyway ni Kagame. I don't think Kagame ni huyu mse mwenye he doesn't believe in old people. Ye mwenyewe ha believe in old people. No wonder hapendi Museveni. And Baba being that old, I don't think Kagame voted for him. And also remember kulikuwa na so many propagandas zilikuwa zinaendea around that Ruto tried to bribe the Djibouti guy. It doesn't matter kama it was false, but tunajua in politics propaganda works. Yani people can have a different perspective of you because of propaganda that is fake. So anyway, those are the reasons why I feel somehow Ruto has contributed to this loss. And what does this mean for our country ama our politics? Kumbuka last week vile kulikuwa na majority versus minority, tulipewa preview kidogo ya what is to be expected if Baba is coming back. Na pia Bomas of Kenya tulipewa a very small preview. Walisema it's going to be messy, it's going to have casualties, and someone is starting to smell. Those are dangerous statements. Na ukiona wakiongea like that, na juzi walikuwa nasema how they're in the broad-based government, they would never leave. I also believe his statements most likely haijatoka kwa Raila. Like Raila alikuwa ametoa focus zake in the local politics, which I feel was a plan. But anyway, I don't think those statements exactly zimetoka kwa Raila, but pia leo after lose, watu wa Kisumu wanaanza kuchant Ruto must go. Everyone hadi watu wa Kapsabet walikuwa nasema ati Raila kuja uokoe Kenya. Watu wa Nyeri walikuwa nasema the same thing. Raila kuja okoa Kenya, okoa wa Kenya. So to him anajua akikuja support tu watu, eventually atapata tremendous support. The same way watu wana support Gachagua, it's not because they love Gachagua, it's the enemy of my enemy is my friend. If Baba would come and start fighting Ruto, he would have a very good reception, to be honest, because already kumbuka Baba already akona loyal followers. Like Baba niye anakuanga amependwa as a candidate, not just what he stands for, but ye mwenyewe anapendwa kabisa. So akiweza kuja aseme that alini promise hii kiti akasema nitapata, lakini politics zake ndizo unajua haizi kulead hii country, na kama haizi lead hii country, unajua tu Baba atakuja tu blame it on Ruto, which is justifiable because it is Ruto's fault. But atakuja aseme vile he was promised, but walikuwa nacheza characters zenye ni kama wanataka kutoa Baba. And you can tell how KK government was desperate for Raila to get that seat. After the loss, time yenye Raila alikuwa na address the press, ulikuwa unaona kwa face ya nani, ya prime cabinet Mudavadi, ulikuwa unaona kwa face ya Mudavadi how sad he looks. But Baba, yes, he looked sad, but still like so concerned. Like to him, it was not a do or die kind of thing. It was like, ikikam ni sawa, isipo is okay, I have a country. So he's going to come back to Kenyan politics, and how he chooses to come back ndio determine whether this government will tremble, whether it will crash down, ama itaokolewa. Which I don't think he's going to support Ruto. I don't think he's going to come and just keep quiet while these things are happening. Naona kama agenda ya Ruto kupeleka Raila AU ilikuwa ndio amuondoke, kwa sababu anajua Baba ni ule opposition leader 101. He has been in opposition na every time amekuwa akiingia government. Yani ni ule msee in short. Sasa yeye anajua if Baba angekuwa ako focus na huku chini hapa Kenya angeza kumanipulate mambo. But now Baba is back, which I feel pia ilikuwa a way of getting ahead of Raila, but haikuwork. Originally vile walifront Raila kwa AU presidency ilikuwa last year, even before the maandamano. Ilikuwa last year. Na vile ilikuwa last year, of course utafu kuangalia what was the end goal. What was Ruto trying to achieve? Alikuwa anajua nikiweza distract Baba, I take a whole 1 year, hata kama hatapata hiyo seat ya AUC, whether apate or not, ingekuwa in favor ya Ruto. Last year before the maandamano, ingekuwa ati Baba take 1 year of campaigning for AUC, na yeye Ruto take that 1 year a campaign for 2027, such that hata Baba asipopata the AUC seat, arudi tena Kenya, atapata ground, mambo ili change. Angepata Ruto alisha capture some part of his voters, lakini sasa Gen Z happened, na hiyo plan yote ikakuwa dismantled. Right now Ruto is unpopular as they can get. So sahi, if history was to repeat itself, ikwe ati ile time yenye in 2002 there was a Kalenjin president who was so unpopular, baba alikuja akasema Kibaki tosha, and just like that Kibaki akaingia presidency. Sahi baba akiweza kuja endorse anyone, hata a choose mse kama Matiang'i or Kalonzo, the moment baba atasema endorse anyone or himself, ni hivyo, UDA imeisha. Because sahi they are not the majority, they are the minority. At the same time, some senators, some MPs, some governors wamejitoa. So the party itself is not as powerful as it would. Gachagua pia anawapiga, na Gachagua ni bullets after bullets. Now imagine a coalition between Baba, Gachagua, Matiang'i, Kalonzo. Nothing. There is nothing that Ruto can do to win that. There is nothing. So in interesting times, these are going to be interesting times coming forward, like going forward, because Baba ni alikuwa ameshikilia this government. Honestly, Baba ni alikuwa ameshikilia government. Now Mount Kenya imeenda, Gen Z walienda, millennials walienda, and now Nyanza imeenda just like that. So he's left with no one. Ruto is in panic mode. You could tell vile alikuwa confused even after the voting process. Hapo anaamini. None of them was believing. So sahi ukiweza observe vizuri, majority of ODM wamenyamaza tu, hawa comment so much about it. Wanaambia tu Baba, you did a good fight, but hawa comment the way forward. Because sahi wanangoja Baba aseme what do we do. Vile walikuwa nasema I'm speaking on behalf of Baba, we are in government. Na yeye Sifuna anakuja anasema no, I'm speaking on behalf of ODM, we are not in government. Sahi Baba will be speaking for himself. So Baba akisema Ruto kwenda, ama akisema tukae na Ruto, because he can also do that. Yeah, it'll change a lot when it comes to Kenyan politics. But I don't think he's going to say Ruto tukumi. I don't think so. There's no way. Baba huyo ni yeye sasa anakuanga master wa politics. Sasa Baba ni anakuanga master wa politics. We used to say ati Ruto ni political genius. Clearly this whole year na last year imetuonyesha Ruto is clueless about anything, about politics. So yeah, that's what happened. What do you think? What do you think? Nini imefanya Baba lose? Are we overstretching? Tuna overthink that inaweza kuwa ni Ruto? And what do you think this loss means to Kenya? Do you think Baba atakuja aunge wa Kenya mkono, ama atakuja aunge Ruto mkono? Either way, it changes our politics for this year completely. But damn, we had seen this coming, and it's here with us. So it's only a matter of time. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next time. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video if you care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.